Watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
This segment sponsored by Carlson Financial.
Inflation and its impact on retirement savings is a topic that impacts all of us. Carl Carlson, founder and CEO of Carlson Financial, is here to break it down. Welcome to you.
Good to be here, Melissa.
And we work so hard to save, but how big of a threat is inflation?
It's a big one, and the pesky thing just won't seem to go away. It's running kind of high right now.
Prices are always going up.
Averages. So, and you see it all the time. Of course, you have grocery bills. They just go up, and every time you go back to the grocery store, it seems like it's going up more. You fill your gas tank, you buy gifts for your grandkids, and everything is, whoa, okay. That's inflation, and it kind of sneaks up on a lot of people over the years. Now, lately, it didn't sneak up. It just like, boom.
Slapped us in the face, basically. So if it doesn't stop, if it never ends, is there anything we really can do to protect ourselves?
There are some key things.
You're going to say plan.
You got to plan. You got to plan for inflation because it's going to happen. So build it into your plan. And you can even test your plan for different rates of inflation. So you build a whole plan, and then you say, okay, based on my whole plan, I'm going to end up with $757,000 if I pass away at age 100. All looks good. But then you go and tweak the inflation rate and change it from 3% to 4%, and you look at your bottom line number and it's negative, 1 little percent. So a lot of money can disappear over time. So you got to build it into your plan. One of the key things I think is growth stocks. So making sure that your money is invested in some growth stocks, and not 2,000 growth stocks, but just some really good, select, fewer ones. So I like this with Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett has a word for diversification. When you have a ton of different stocks. And often I see people come in that are coming in to chat with us, and they've got 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 different stocks that they're owning in a bunch of mutual funds.
That would seem that there'd be a wide variety within there if you've got that many.
But it's hard to tell sometimes because maybe you own 6 mutual funds and you think you own 6 things, but each mutual fund may own 300, 500, 1,000 different companies. So all of a sudden you actually own little bits and pieces. So instead of diversification, Warren Buffett calls that diversification. So be careful, don't get diversified. Okay, so a few select really good growth stocks and get those in your portfolio, and that's going to help you outpace inflation. So that might be something like Microsoft stock or Amazon, because they're growing at rates that are outpacing inflation. So that's a key one. Another one, tips. If you want something that's a little more safe, Treasury inflation protected securities. So they'll give you a higher rate of return when inflation's higher. So that's on the little safer side. So growth stocks, maybe some tips, and you're starting and making sure you're getting better returns on your liquid and safe money. Don't have it in a savings account giving you 0.2% when you could have it in a money market giving you 4%. Still is liquid. Again, all these little things are going to make a huge difference over time.
And I know over time is kind of a key there, because if you're younger, you have time, and the ebbs and flows of the stock market, if it goes down, chances are it's going to come up. But what if you're close to retirement and you don't have that time for the ship to right itself, so to speak? What's the most critical advice for people who are close to retirement?
At that point, you need to make sure you have enough safe money so that you can live on taking money out of there every year for up to, I would say, 5 years. So if you're needing $20,000 a year to live on, you need to have $100,000 in the safe bucket, maybe a little more, and then you can be taking money out of your growth stocks while the market's up, and then stop when it's down and shift. It's just
buy yourself a little time
and planning.
Absolutely. Carl Carlson, as always, thank you so much.
Thanks,
We're going to be back to check that forecast next.